Welcome
What's going
back.
on, guys?
My name's Rabid Pixie. Um, introduce yourself.
I am Nawaru. I am the co-host of Into the Loop, the
I
brand.
I am the other co-host. So last 2 weeks ago we did a podcast episode with our first guest, Stunt. Uh, I guess he's just Stunt now. We I you know I'm an idiot. I forgot to let him plug his stuff, so we went ahead. I went ahead and put his Twitch up on the screen. Give that man a follow. He's a genius.
Yeah, he is great.
Go check out his like YouTube videos as well. He makes really good videos. Um, but
Watch
yeah,
his live streams, dude. Go watch his speed runs when he gets back into it.
he doesn't stream as much, I don't think, but definitely any content you can consume from him, I would recommend it. Real chill guy. Um, other than that, I
hmm
guess we can go ahead and start rattling out some topics.
Yes. So, right off the bat, we have 9.2. Wow. Have you seen any of it?
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh,
I don't
let's
I
go
don't
ahead
know
and
any.
introduce our podcast or our topics real quick. Uh, So just off the bat, we have World of Warcraft is a big one today
Yeah.
because of the new launch. We have a theory for one of the characters, Calia menethil, Light
Yeah.
Mommy.
Light mommy.
We have our top 6 Pokemon, our dream team, what we would want with us on our journey. Um, and then we're also discussing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And what we are expecting out of that, and or more like what we're wanting out of that. Okay. Um, anything you want to add, Pixie?
Um, I think we were gonna talk about Sonic for a while. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't honestly. That's a lot of things. We might not get through all those things, but we do have some hot ones. Uh, I think we do a lot of WoW theories in private. I think we could do those more often because I want it on record. All the
hmm
cool things that we said that will never happen.
Oh, dude, true. We come up with the best shit. I came up with a video idea, and Pyromancer took it from me, and then didn't even give me any sort of credit.
Oh, really?
It was the Deathwing and Argus video because of the quest, the Battle of Life and Death in the Twilight Highlands. I told
Oh.
him to go back and look at it, and he made a whole fucking video from it,
And he,
and
he he didn't
no
say
mention of
got a
me.
message from such and such user.
No,
Oh
not
man,
anything like that.
that really
Pyromancer
stinks.
from WoW theories, or now
Oh,
Final Fantasy, I
you're
guess.
getting called out now, Pyromancer. You have to come on the podcast into the loop to defend your honor.
I have nothing against the guy.
No,
It's
we
just
do, we
some
do.
kind
We
of.
hate him.
I don't hate him. I just wish you would have
I
fucking credited me, man. Come on, you at least mention me.
I mean,
I I was nice enough to point it out to you, give you content. Come on,
yeah. Well,
it's just kind of a politeness thing, which we did not do with Stunt. So make sure you
we.
go and follow Stunt SR.
I so let's go ahead and jump because I think we're gonna do Pokemon at the half because that's when we're gonna do
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
dream
yeah.
team. So I saw we saw that Sonic was trending on Twitter. What's going on with Sonic? Well, like, what are people talking? I'm assuming the movie. Have they
So
announced
no,
any games?
no, only Sonic Frontiers is the only new game announced.
Which
I'm
we were talking about the other night. Like it needs to be amazing
it has
because
to be mind blowing, or else Sonic is dead.
Sega's going down real quick, which also led us into another theory, which I thought would be really cool.
If Nintendo bought Sega,
Yeah, Nintendo buys Sega, and then they publish a Pokemon MMO that's developed by Sega.
Yes.
Pokemon MMO on Switch, published by Nintendo, developed by Sega.
It would be the perfect game, especially with the Switch 2 being leaked, or the Switch Pro,
Oh shit.
and Nvidia recently.
Wow.
Yes, that was big news. But actually, Sonic is trending right now because there's a thing going around Twitter where people are building their, you have $20, and then it has a tier list with like $5 at the top, $1 at the bottom, and Sonic Heroes is $1, and everyone's picking Sonic Heroes because it's obviously the best game for $1. That game
Yeah.
is incredible. Look
Yeah.
how much content you get in that game.
There is quite a bit, yeah. Um however, a lot of that content is just the same levels but with
It
different
is.
characters.
It
There's a
is.
few reskins and different paths, but I ain't hating on Sonic Heroes. I love Sonic Heroes. That's a great
But
game.
let's be honest here. It is the same levels over and over again, but they're different every time.
Yeah.
Sonic is, the normal route. Amy is the easy route. Shadow is the hard route. But Chaotix, they're a fucking puzzle, dude. You have no clue what the
Yeah.
hell's going on with them. Their level's gonna take you an hour and 30 minutes to complete. What are you talking?
Yeah.
That's so good.
I really liked the Chaotix.
It was a
Um
little frustrating when I was trying to play it off of a projector onto my ceiling,
I
but
oh
it was a good time.
what? Beg your pardon?
Dude, the struggles were real back in like 2014, let's be honest.
I
Everyone was
dude,
struggling back in 2014.
I I was doing great. 24
Really?
2014 was a great year for me. 2014,
Dude,
2015, 2016. I was killing it. Those were my three best years. And
sad.
now it's over.
Fuck, man, that was my
Yeah.
worst. Anyway, what's your onion on Sonic Heroes? I know you said it
I
was
mean, it's
good. What's
six.
your give me your give me your roots.
Well, I played it when I was like, I guess I was like a preteen, teenager.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously I came off the high of Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2,
Yeah.
and I wanted there to be a Sonic Adventure 3 so bad, but Sega was not doing good. This was, I mean, that was their last
Mhm.
standalone console ever.
And
Um,
it was so ahead of its time.
yeah, and I mean they started tanking, and it just ended up that they had to start developing for other platforms. So Sonic Heroes was the first Sonic game I think that was on multiple platforms
Uh, I
because it was on
think you're
GameCube.
right about that. Yeah,
Yeah, unless I mean I guess you could count like some of the portable ones maybe,
maybe, but
but
that's kind of stretching
we
it.
we don't count. I mean we're talking about home console here. Because that's really where they sell games is home console.
Yeah, I
Portable's great
mean,
and all, but
you maybe be able to argue that like Sonic Racing was on the you know portable, like what was it? It wasn't the Lynx, but it was like the one before the Lynx that was handheld.
oh dude, I have no
Oh
idea.
man, it was but and then they ported it to Sonic Adventure behind an emblem paywall. You
Yeah,
could argue that, but no, let's be
I think
real.
I think
Come on.
Sonic Heroes was the first real game that was like, oh, this is a new Sonic game and it's not on a Sega console,
Absolutely.
and that was weird. But I think the game is, but I was disappointed because it wasn't Sonic Adventure 3. I was like, why, what is this? But uh, I played the game, and again, I was a kid, so
Hmm.
yeah, it was fun. I beat all the stories. I beat the final story. Um, but like as an adult, I look at it. It definitely has its problems.
It
It is
does.
it is not an easy to control game.
Absolutely
Um,
not.
and I feel like most of the situations that you get in that game, like you don't have like there's a big focus on switching characters, but most of the time you don't have to.
No, you really
You,
don't.
you can play pretty much the whole game as Sonic or whatever your speed character is. You
Honestly,
know.
the level system is just completely useless as well. Just give you full power all the time, be done with it. Honestly.
Oh yeah, you have to get the power ups, which is
Yeah.
which is really interesting because there's a couple bosses where you have to throw people with tails, but
Hmm.
on the base level, tails doesn't do damage. He just stuns them. So you have to
Yeah.
level up tails just to be
In
able to
order,
do the damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
But once you do, he's a absolute
Oh,
monster.
oh yeah, he's absolutely like the best one you could like the flyers and the throwing, like that's the best
Mm.
one you could have, I think.
Because they just ping pong around, and it's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean Knuckles is really strong, but like you have to go up to the enemies. Tails can just like
Mm.
fling Sonic and Knuckles across the screen and things just start dying, you
It's
know?
just inherently like ranged is better than melee.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So I think I think it's a good game. I love that game.
it
I
is
should play that
very
again.
good.
I should get that on my Nintendo PC and play that
You should. It would
with
that
the
would make a
PS4
great
controller.
stream. Uh, I would absolutely love to watch that. However, I think um I think a Sonic movie tie-in game would be probably the best next step for
I mean,
the
if
series.
Frontiers is good, like I could see them if Frontiers flops, I could see them maybe getting another one, but like damn, we need like a good Sonic game.
We
S-
It has to happen.
they did it with Sonic Mania. A Sonic I would welcome a Sonic Mania 2. That would be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be incredible. I mean, they're working on something. We know they have been for the last couple of years, you know? They've got to be working on something huge because there's been no news since like what was it? Ray and Mighty came out?
Yeah. Well, I think they're done developing that game.
Mania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I could easily see them doing a Sonic Mania 2 because it was so successful.
It I bought it. I
I
bought it
I
pretty
bought it
much
three
at
times.
launch. Three
Yeah, I
times?
pre-ordered it.
You triple dipped.
I bought the DLC on PS4 and I bought it on PC and well, maybe I only bought it twice. I guess expansion technically is three.
Yeah, I mean, I would count it. Yeah, because you have to buy the expansion.
Oh, and I had the collector's edition as well. So
Nice. I'm jealous.
it wasn't the coolest collector's edition I've ever had, but it was pretty cool. I don't even
What
remember what
is
was
the
in it.
coolest?
Final Fantasy VII Remake was pretty cool. I wanted to get the first soldier or the soldier first class edition, which comes with
Yeah.
the big ass cloud on the motorcycle thing.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake's collector's edition was cool. It comes with a Shinra Electric Power Company staff employee number or employee card. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it's in this little tin. But I mean, it came with art book, I think soundtrack. So that was pretty cool. But I think the best one was probably Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. I
Wow.
got that collector's edition. Like, dude, as soon as I it came available, I bought that collector's. I pre-ordered that, and that came with
Hmm.
the security randomizer scrambler keychain thing.
Yeah.
It came with soundtrack, came with art book, and it came with the big ass Darth Malgus statue.
That is so cool,
Yeah,
dude.
he's lurking around here somewhere, or maybe I put him in
Lurking.
storage.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was
Malgus is so cool.
yeah. He's back.
Yeah.
He just we killed him twice I think in the MMO and he's back. He's Illidan. He's the Illidan of Star
Yeah,
Wars, the
he's
MMO.
Illidan. Speaking of Illidan,
Yeah,
should
we can
let's
pivot.
move on to
Uh so you and I were playing Ascension the other day.
yes, we were.
and we were doing quests in Menethil Harbor, right?
Yeah, we were in Durstwillow Marsh and
Because
Theramore. No, we were in Theramore.
Theramore,
That's it.
that's right. And we were like, let's go to Theramore because I want to see like the classic quests that revolve around Jaina. I want to see classic Jaina.
Yeah.
And we were there, and I noticed that there was an NPC. One of the quests we were doing was like we were like doing some kind of secret op for SI7, and the character was named Kalia,
Yes.
and I was like, wait a minute.
That's weird. Huh?
Now, if she's involved with SI7, they're like secret intel. They're like secret ops.
Yeah, they're the CIA of, like the Stormwind regime. Like Matthias Shaw is basically like James Bond, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And he
For
falls in
sure.
love with Jack Sparrow.
Um,
Anyway,
I I I think so. We have this SI7 agent. So she's there doing whatever for several
yes.
years. Garrosh bombs Theramore in Cataclysm.
Mhm.
She dies. SI7 recovers her body, takes her to, gee, I don't know who's part of the alliance, Prophet Velen or whoever.
Wait, no, Lothraxian.
Who was the
The,
who did the Lightbound Undead?
I think we don't know. I don't think. I don't think that was I'm not sure. My theory is Lothraxian from the Army of the Light. The Light
Yeah,
Forged Dreadguard that we saw, or Nathrazim,
yeah,
that was on the or was the Justicar? Was that his name? Vindicar, the
the
Vindicar.
Vindicar, the ship. Oh yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, it could have been him. It could have been anybody from the Army of Light. I think that is how they're gonna link the next expansion where we face the Army of Light or whatever expansion that happens in. There's no telling what expansion it's
Mhm.
gonna be. I mean, they already brought it up.
Yes, with
Why?
the
They
Makar Orc introduction.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I don't think they should leave that thread hanging because we've already been fighting cosmic forces. We beat the forces of chaos, the Fel.
Yes.
We are actively fighting death. That we know that that's one of the forces is death.
Hmm.
Life is
And we
one, light
did.
is one, void is one. And then I think
Well, we've beaten Void. We went to what was that raid called? The Black Empire. What was its name? Oh man, I can't. It was so boring. I can't even think of it. But it was the 8.3 raid, and it was incredibly not good compared to what it could have been.
well, that was just one old god. I think
It
the
was
void.
N'Zoth,
Yeah.
but more than one old god was supposed to reside there. That was like their city. That was supposed to be their entire city.
I don't think I don't think that's the end of the Void Lords, but
It better not be.
that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Kali and Menethil. So I
Yes.
think this person who is not Kali and Menethil, because how are you gonna
Maybe
be?
she is.
How are you gonna be like, oh, Sylvanas is bad. Oh, but here's this other person who is related to the
Arthas.
to Arthas and could lead the Forsaken now that they have no leader. And she's an alliance ally. So now the alliance have the Forsaken. I
Hmm.
think they recovered this agent's body,
Hmm.
resurrected her into the because I mean she probably it was an explosion. She probably got blown to bits. So they had to
They.
reconstruct her, resurrect her with the light-bound undead properties from the Army of Light, whatever that is.
Hmm.
And
They
then
sailed across the ocean from Theramore to Menethil Harbor, and on that ship they treated her until she was able to
uh
regain,
huh,
sentience.
uh huh,
And then when she, re-arose as this new person, they gave her the name of the place she was at,
yeah,
Calia Menethil.
yeah. So I think, and we've seen the light do brainwashing shit before.
Ilden.
We've seen that happen. So I think that they brainwashed her into thinking that she is the descendant of Arthas Menethil. 'Cause, I mean, how are they gonna? Who's gonna say that she isn't? It ain't gonna be Arthas.
I think she's supposed to be the sister.
Or yeah, sister, whatever. Like, you would think, you would think that would have been brought up. Like, you would think Jaina would
Yeah.
know her, that because she was
Yeah.
best friends with Arthas. So anyway, now where do we find her first? Right? Because so this is
Hmm.
happening in Legion. I think this is what happens in Legion. Where do they find her first? You're introduced to her in Kolteros, where you meet a very colorful fellow named Flynn Fairwind,
Hmm.
who just happens to be the boyfriend of Matthias Shaw, the leader of SI7, for whom this agent worked. So my theory is this person, no name,
Hmm.
dies.
Hmm.
They bring her back, put her up as a figurehead, give her the name Menethil, brainwash her, and then so Matthias Shaw hands her over to Flynn Fairwind. He's taking her from the Eastern Kingdoms to Kulturas, and the entire time they're reconstructing her and brainwashing her on the ship. And I think that the word is gonna get out, and Flynn Fairwind is gonna die somehow because he was involved.
Hmm.
Because that's foul play. That's them trying to like swing the Forsaken to their side. Like the Horde would not be okay with that if they
No, the
found
Horde would
out.
not.
That's how they start the next war.
That is the fifth war.
Yeah,
Oh no. You dude, you might be right because that might be how Matthias Shaw swings from not liking what's his name? Turalian being on the throne. He doesn't like that. He wants Gen on the throne. Maybe
yeah.
that's how he swings from uh you know, wanting the light to just eradicate it all, you know?
I think I think that's a good motivation for him. Um, this is also how we bring in the Army of the Light because they show in Battle for Azeroth specifically the Alliance has sent their last soldiers to fight
Mhm.
in the Fourth War. They show that in a cinematic, but you don't really say whether or not the Horde is has lost any soldiers or that to the number that they did. Probably pretty close, but
Hmm.
the Horde may have a more reasonable amount of numbers, and the Forsaken can now create their own Forsaken by using the Valkyrie thing.
Yes.
So,
Well, that might not be the case with Sylvanas, who she is
well,
now.
maybe, but also we pretty much have mastered death. So I think the Alliance, once this comes out, the Horde's gonna flip out. They're gonna get as many people as they can, and they're gonna march on Stormwind.
Hmm.
And in order to combat this, Kalia Menethil is going to uh, call in the army of the light,
Oh
which
no!
which
It
then
would be orc against orc. Lightforged orc against
hmm
you know, fell orc.
it'll be it'll be fascism versus um, freedom, basically.
Democracy.
Yeah, and now we have a redeemed Sylvanas. Now, not to mention, Turalian is banging Sylvanas' sister.
Yes.
That's a thing that's happening.
They
She's
have a kid.
eh,
Erator, the
yeah,
Redeemer.
yeah. He's in the Army of the Light, and she's got void powers.
Hmm.
So who does she side with? Does she side with Sylvanas, and then it's void versus light, and literally the whole planet starts getting ripped apart? Like it's it's gonna be if I mean I think that's my theory. It's not gonna happen. I mean we
I don't.
I had a theory that there was gonna be a Lich Bowl
That would have been cool.
between Arthas and Sylvanas and Uther and pretty much anybody that's related to the Lich King was just gonna come in and have a big lich bowl to fight for the power of death. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
He came back as like a little, what is it, like a
A
it,
spark.
it didn't even feel like he was even supposed to be there. It was just a throwaway. He just
I was
showed
so
up.
disappointed.
Cause like she's sitting there talking about how he's lost and this is the last bit of energy. Who is she talking about? Is she talking
Arthas,
about the
yeah.
jailer? And then she finally
Arthas.
says Arthas Menethil. I'm like, what? How was I
hmm
supposed to know that?
I am so disappointed with that cutscene that it blows my mind that that even got greenlit.
Of course, that could be a red herring. You know,
And there's no way. It was in the middle of the raid, dude. The raid's always canon.
I mean, yeah, but it could be that he didn't actually die. It was like maybe he went somewhere else. I don't know. There's a bunch of different shenanigans they could pull.
It's bullshit, dude. Arthas did nothing wrong.
I don't agree with that, but uh, I think he deserved another chance at least.
What he did,
What was the
he may have
point?
purged
What was the
Stratham,
what was the point of
but
showing him going into the mall and all that shit? Like, what was the point of that?
none, apparently.
Just to get people to play Shadowlands.
I guess, yeah.
That's a
A
slap in the
plot
face.
device.
Yeah.
That's all they treated him as was a plot device.
So
And some kind of fake send away.
I think I think what Blizzard does is they open up like every plot thread that they can think of, but then they
Mhm.
only resolve one because
Yeah,
they want to get
that's
they want to give you as many reasons as possible to play, but they can only deliver one thing, which is really sad because we we just wrapped up the entire plot to possibly the next two expansions. We did that in 15 minutes.
yeah,
And it
pretty
all,
much.
as far as I know about WoW lore, and I'm not an expert in WoW lore, that all seems pretty feasible.
Anything's feasible in
Why
WoW lore.
why did Flynn Fairwind get arrested?
What do you mean?
Did you find him in prison?
He got arrested to break you out purposely.
Okay, and what was he doing before that? He's a smuggler, right?
Yeah, I think.
He probably smuggled her into Kulturas. Along
Oh my
along
god.
along
You're right.
and Talia's there too, and she's the daughter of the current
Of
Lich King.
Bolvar.
Yeah, so like I mean the Lich King connections are there.
Yeah.
So like it's all there. They just need to tie it up.
True. Dude, it's so incredibly
The
bullshit that Arthas and Calia did not get any words together.
the Alliance has no soldiers. What better way to win more soldiers than to have a forsaken leader that is pure,
Yeah.
an undead leader that hasn't betrayed them ever, you know?
No, she hasn't. She's been for her people the entire way.
Yeah.
Even when she tried to meet with Anduin
Yeah.
before the whole Stormwind and uh Arathi thing.
Which can we talk about the whole Varian ghost father son Kamehameha?
That was bullshit.
I
Where did he come from?
I
Where did he go?
where did Sourfang come from? Also,
Seriously?
I didn't know that one of those swords was had a horde symbol on it.
I didn't either.
Was that something that they added? They
Probably.
changed that?
I'm well, I mean, Varian was captured in a Horde gladiator pit for like 8 years,
Oh,
right?
okay. That makes sense.
I
That's
mean,
probably
that's how he earned the name, what was it, Lok Nathal or something?
yeah. I
It was like Ghost Wolf, was it the translation?
yeah. I I I would have been more surprised if it was Arthas that showed up and said my son.
I would
Like
have
that
I would have shit myself,
I would have
dude.
clapped my hands.
I fucking would have shit myself everywhere,
Wouldn't that have
dude.
made so much more sense with the whole
And then
Arthas flicker going out?
And then if or he saw Jaina too,
Yeah.
that would have made more sense. That would have been more hype.
Hello?
Varian should have been in way before.
Who's
So
right?
should have Sourfang.
Who is writing this?
Steve Denuser and Phil Spencer. If you ever hear this for some fucking god miracle reason, fire his ass
Steve
immediately.
Steve
He
Dis
is a tumor,
Steve Snoozer.
dude.
All right.
Like I I I don't want to hate on someone's creativity, but dude, you are fucking up our favorite game. You are ruining it. What are you doing? Go write some books and then sell them. I'll read it. I think a lot of people will. You just can't keep doing this to World of Warcraft.
Yeah, the writing's not been good. That's for sure. So, we're at the halfway point. So, Pokemon
Mm,
Scarlet Violet was just announced. So I want to go ahead and I think we should do a Pokemon Dream Team. We knew we were to do a top five, but this is going to be a top six. It's going to be
yes,
our
our favorite team, our dream team.
um. So you wanna go first?
Sure. So everyone knows my favorite Pokemon is Luxray. Well, everyone who knows me at least.
Everyone knows.
It's not like everyone knows me, but everyone who like knows me, who knows like when I talk about Pokemon, everyone knows Luxray's my guy. He's so cool. How do you not like electric black and blue lion? That's so badass.
Yeah,
Uh
I agree. He's one of my top picks. He's not gonna be on my list, but he's a top pick.
my number 2 is Bronzong because he's such a
Yeah.
tank. You know? You put him in front of you, nothing is ever going to hurt you. Number 3 is Gardevoir because uh psychic types are always very strong. And she got fairy type recently too. Uh
Oh,
so
okay.
that's good. Number 4 is Magmortar. Uh Magmar is just fucking awesome. I love Magmar. Magmar is one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, if you're not a Magmar fan, fuck off.
Magmar, he's good. He's no Charizard, but if you chose Squirtle, he'll
Yes,
do your job. He'll do the job.
absolutely. Uh, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Smokescreen, all day. Number 5 is Torterra. You know,
Dude, Torterra.
dude, Torterra is my favorite grass type.
He's so
Except
good.
for Sprigatito, Weed Cat.
I I disagree on that, but
Dude, I am
not a fan of the cat.
so hyped.
I think
So
I think
hyped.
Pepper Gator is way cooler.
I like Fuecoco so much. I
He's
love
cute.
Pepper Gator.
And
Uh,
Donald Duck is in the game. Don't forget.
yes, Kingdom Hearts himself.
Mr.
Uh,
Kingdom Hearts.
Mr. John Hearts.
My dad is John Kingdom.
Hello, I work for John Nintendo at Nintendo Company. Uh,
That's funny.
my number 6 is Scizor.
Dude, he's a close one. I was actually thinking about it. I was very close to putting Scizor on there.
Scissor's so cool. How does anyone not like Scizor?
I I don't know.
I do have
Don't.
a couple of honorable mentions. Number my first honorable mention is Salamence, and my second is oh oh no, I lost it. um Bisharp. Sorry. Bisharp. I like Bisharp. He's really cool.
Bisharp. I don't actually know. Some of these I don't know. I didn't play Sword and Shield at all.
It was black and white.
Oh, Black and White. That's
Yeah.
funny. I didn't put any Black and White on this.
You should. Black and White, unironically, some of the best story. So,
I
honestly,
like I
Black and
like that
White,
game.
S plus tier. Very good.
I do like black and white. Um,
Black and White 2, even better.
I need to play those again for sure.
For sure.
So, my list, I'm gonna go from bottom to top here.
Okay.
Uh, I wanted to put a legendary on here, and Dialga's my favorite legendary. So,
Interesting.
boom, we're just gonna put him. Bam. Love. He's part dragon. I love
Yeah,
dragons. I didn't put any obvious dragons, but I will do an honorable mention. Number
I
five,
appreciate that.
Torterra. Just
Torterra, let's
dude,
go!
I love like the defensive, like slowly destroy your enemy build, and Torterra I
Uh-huh.
think is perfect for that.
Absolutely. He is so underrated, dude. He is so awesome.
Yeah. Uh,
He's got a bonsai tree on his back.
dude, did you watch Detective Pikachu?
I did not.
Oh my god, dude, there's some Torterras in that that'll freaking dude. We should watch that. We should have a movie night
Movie night.
in
Into the
Discord.
Loop movie night. You heard it first.
I don't think we can stream it, but who knows? Maybe we can get like a community
Maybe.
Discord night going.
Yeah, community Discord. That's always an option. If anyone ever, says, hey, you guys got a Discord? We will have a Discord then. I'll tell you that right now.
Um, Number four is Gengar.
Let's go!
Again, the status effects like
Hmm.
Gengar. Gengar can pretty much be any Pokemon as long as he can put them to sleep
Yeah,
and
Dream Eater.
Dream Eater them, curse them,
Shadow
whatever.
Ball.
Yeah, whatever combination of those OP ghost types that you need to do. Pain Split.
Oh,
Gengar's got you,
absolutely.
and
So
he's
awesome.
got a lot of automatic
Mega Evolution.
resistances. Like, yeah. I mean, I've never played the Mega Gengar, but
What? He's even better. He's so much cooler.
I believe it. But
He's got Mega Fists.
I didn't play it. I played about half of X and Y.
Oh,
So
Sag, dude.
yeah.
Gotta play it.
Number three, Aegis Slash,
I
dude.
like it.
When when I saw there was a Pokemon that was just a fucking sword, I was like,
Mm,
dude, he's my favorite now.
mm-hmm.
Number two, shout outs to my boy Charizard, specifically Charizard X, Dragon type.
Yes.
Thank you,
The
Dragon Fire.
coolest.
And number one, let's get the fucking drum roll. Feraligatr, baby, number one of all time. First ever Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Gold. I picked the Totodile, never looked back. He's the man. I beat the entire game, first try. Totodile Feraligatr solo. Swear to God,
Yeah, I believe it. Absolutely. For Alligator, solid choice.
boy. And let me tell
Mainly
you, those
for
Dragonites with Thunder,
yeah, yeah.
use a lot of healing items.
Shoutouts to Meganium. Shoutouts to Typhlosion.
Typhlosion's pretty cool. He almost made the list, but I didn't want to.
Typhlosion is really cool.
So honorable mentions, Alolan Ninetales.
Nice.
Dude, the ice is so cool.
Absolutely.
Garchomp. I've always really liked Garchomp. He's just, man,
Hmm.
dude, Garchomp is one of the fiercest Pokemon that's ever been made. He is just an absolute unit. You put
Menace.
you pretty much and yeah, like if you see a Garchomp enter the field, doesn't matter who you have out there, you're gonna readjust your plan.
Yeah, no.
He is a
If
game
like
changer.
he's a menace, dude. Like imagine him in the Pokemon MMO. Like he's
Oh,
not
dude.
only a raid boss, he's like you see him and you're just gonna book it, dude. He's not Fell Reaver, he's Garchomp.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and there are a few others, but I mean, I don't really want to do a bunch of them because we'll be here all night. So, yeah, that's my
True.
Pokemon Dream Team. And actually, this this is very different from what it used to be a few years ago. Very,
Same.
very different. Because
Same.
Trico used to be on this list. Trico Sceptile.
Electabuzz used to be on mine.
Oh, dude, Electabuzz.
I just hate Electivire. I really do.
Oh, one more honorable mention. Nidoking.
Let's
Nidoking.
go.
That's the Gen 1 Garchomp.
Yeah.
You better watch
Yeah,
out for that
that's
fucking
true.
Nidoking,
Horn
dude.
Drill.
Bro, it's fucking Stomp. Are you kidding?
Earthquake.
Oh my god, yeah, Earthquake. Ground Poison is just
A
insane, dude.
menace.
Yeah. So, there you go. Pokemon Dream Team, top 6 Pokemon of all time. That's what I got.
Same.
You know,
So,
what when the Gen 2 Pokemon cards are coming out, I had a Totodile, I had a Croconaw, but I could not find anyone to trade it for Alligator.
yeah?
But I had one friend that had one, and I was like, dude, I'll literally trade you any card. He's my favorite Pokemon. I'll trade you any card. I want to
Uh-huh.
have these evolutions. I want to have this collection. He's like, okay, I won't trade you a card, but eat this entire bag of warheads. And he said, and without flinching, and I fucking did it.
Oh my
Dude, it
god,
was a
dude.
whole bag of warheads. I just popped them in. I didn't fucking flinch. I cried a little bit, but I got that for Alligator.
I am so proud of you,
Dude,
dude.
that was a force of will moment.
That was, man, that's inspirational. I would eat a whole bag of warheads for my favorite Pokemon card.
Yeah, I
Was it
mean,
hollow?
yeah,
Of course it
yeah,
was.
yeah. And it actually wasn't that hard in hindsight,
No?
you know.
You like sour
That
stuff?
I do actually.
Man,
Warheads is
I
on the
do.
extreme end. Like actually, as an adult, warheads are like piss easy. But I
True.
was like 11.
Man, I suck down lime Trulies like they're nothing.
But that was the first moment I was like that I realized, man, I had an extremely strong will. That was one of
Yes.
my first kind of strong will moments in my life. Um, so uh, we got about
We
what do we got about 18
we
minutes
we still
left?
have yet to discuss Scarlet and Violet. We're not moving
Oh
on
yeah,
yet.
oh yeah, Scarlet and Violet.
So
What do you
it's
think?
dude, I love that it's taking place in Spain. Like,
Is that what it is? It's like a Spanish.
it's based on Spain.
Okay.
They've got, you know, there's a lot of discourse on Twitter right now about people like making Encanto memes and about like making, because it's that they speak Spanish, so obviously they're Encanto, they're, that's that's
That's that
not the
Disney
case.
movie, right?
Right, right. But it's based in Colombia. It's not in Spain,
Mm,
it's kind of
okay.
I don't think it's something anyone should be like fucking hated on for. It's an honest mistake, most likely, but it's still in poor taste, Even though that's
Yeah.
something like I would probably say like 6 months ago or something, you know?
The
We grow
I don't
every day.
I don't I don't know. I I have heard from several Latino friends that I've had over the years that Latinos from different countries there are a lot of rivals
Yeah.
that just don't like each other.
Hmm.
So maybe it's rooted in that. I don't know. I don't really understand it. I'm not part of that community, but apparently it's a thing. That's what I've heard. I've heard several times. My my original instructor is a Mexican immigrant, and
Yes.
yeah, he talks about that quite a lot.
Hmm.
But
I've never heard of anything like that. That's very
oh
interesting.
yeah, it
I'd like to hear more
happens.
about that after the show
Yeah, for
because
sure.
that seems like something I should probably know. That way, I'm not offending anyone.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Um,
honestly, if I can say something real quick, I'm tired of walking on eggshells, but I also just don't want to hurt anyone. It's
yeah.
I'm it's such a struggle every day.
Mhm.
I just hope one soon that people can start relaxing with each other. and
Mhm.
start to understand honest mistakes.
Yeah, most people when they say something that you find offensive, they're not trying to offend you, I don't think. At least that I have faith in people, so
Same.
that's the way I view it. Cause I've been on that where like I've said something that offended someone. I was like, and it doesn't actually I don't actually get confronted about it a lot. I hear about it from a tertiary source. And I'm just
Hmm.
like, oh, I didn't know that this was a problem. But by that time, I don't speak to that person anymore. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's why they're not talking to me. Well, oh, okay, well, now what? um,
it's
so
it sucks, but I mean that does happen.
like,
And
if someone would, if people would just say like, hey, this is something that bothers me, I'd be like, okay, cool.
absolutely,
Like, what am I gonna do?
there's it's just let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah, well, let's do Scarlet Violet again. I think what is this the open world Pokemon MMO
It
that
is. It
I've
is
been talking about? But
it's not confirmed MMO yet, but it is confirmed open world.
but it is like this is the open world Pokemon game that people are jonesing for because I feel like Arceus did a lot of good things, but they don't have multiplayer.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things that it lacks, and I find that really interesting because you see this happen a lot. If you look at game franchises, like let's take Assassin's Creed for example. In Assassin's Creed 3, there's a boat traveling segment,
Yes.
and then in Assassin's Creed 4, literally the whole game is boats.
Yes.
So,
That's a good way to look at it. It's evolution.
and it's to the point that they actually Ubisoft actually I think they published a game that was just the boat combat from Assassin's Creed 4. That's all it
Really?
is. Yeah. So like
Huh.
you see companies create this engine and then they just crank out games because all they have to do is just like change the base elements or the surface elements. They don't have to change the core.
Right.
So I feel like they took Arceus and they used it to make they made a pretty good game using the engine, but then they took that engine and then they made the next
Scarlet and
step.
Violet.
Yeah, and I think that they just kind of had it like ready to go. I think Arceus is the beta test. You see that a lot where they'll put out a game feature like let's see if people like it, and then they'll publish it in the next game.
Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time. You're right
Assassin's
about
Creed
that.
does that a lot.
They do.
Um,
Uh, they did it big with Origins.
Tomb Raider as well has that going on.
I
Yeah,
haven't
and
kept up with Tomb
Origins
Raider.
Origins was when they started like testing the RPG elements in Assassin's
Mhm.
Creed, and now the Viking version is like just a straight up RPG almost.
Pretty much, yeah. They got a
So
new expansion recently, like where they go to Valhalla or something. They got to fight Odin, something.
how the
Looks pretty cool. I saw a trailer for it.
that does sound cool because Assassin's Creed has had that like ethereal sci-fi element lurking in the background that they haven't really been pushing as much
Hmm.
since the Ezio trilogy. So it's kind of cool
Which
to see that
was
come
their
back.
best point.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Mm.
But I think that this Scarlet Violet is what they wanted Arceus to be, but Arceus kind of became its own thing. And I
Yeah,
think this is the one that people want, and I think this is gonna be a big one.
I want to say that the character models look fucking like undripped. These guys have negative drip.
But and again, we don't really know anything except that it's open world. It's based it's based
Hmm.
on Spain, and
You may be able to get drip.
we know that there's what the three starters are. We literally don't know anything else. It could
We
be
know we do know one thing that is actually kind of cool.
what?
Pokemon centers are on the outside of towns.
Oh, okay. So like
Yeah,
you're on the road and you're getting the fuck beat out of you. You go to the Pokemon Center.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is confirmed.
that is
That is
helpful.
cool.
That is helpful.
But yeah, that's the only other thing I know
Well,
about it.
that's the. I mean, they did that in Final Fantasy 15 where you can just make camp. You know, you have these
True.
campsites you could go to. That's probably what it's going to be like. You have your little rest area that you
Mm.
can go to. Maybe even cook food for your Pokemon.
Yeah, the curry system from Sword and Shield is back.
You know, play with them, teach them how to do chores. All kind, dude. There's so many things you could do.
I mean, they did do that in Sword and Shield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just they didn't do it well.
Oh, okay.
It
See,
wasn't like Poke-Aim, but
like I think that they're and again, Sword and Shield probably uses the same engine as Arceus, which again, Sword and Shield came out like a year, 2 years ago.
three
Three.
years.
Okay, that's still. And then Arceus came out. That's still a very small gap for a Pokemon game.
Yes.
And then Scarlet and Violet announced in the same year that Arceus released, all probably running on the same engine. You see what I'm saying? They get the
Mm,
engine nailed down, then they can just crank out whatever they want.
yeah. It does look more promising too. I will say that. I like that you're going to be able to catch Pokemon inside the towns. It looks like. At least
Yeah,
I hope so. That's incredible to me because, I mean, that's what Pokemon's been the entire time.
yeah. You know, you got your. By the way, I want to point out you didn't say Vaporeon anywhere on your list,
Thank God.
but I want to say like what is it like Litten?
Yeah.
Pick spin the wheel, cat Pokemon. You, are you telling me that we hit all these cat Pokemon and there's not a single alley cat? Yeah, where's
Yeah.
my wild alley cat Meowth that I can catch behind the fucking gambling corner? A muck or a trubbish is like fucking lurking in the trash can or something.
Yep. You open the trash can lid, boom, there's a
Dude,
Grimer in there.
you're walking down the street and Whisper's bumping hip hop beats. Are you kidding?
Yeah, dude. Oh man. That'd be incredible,
Like
dude.
what? Like, dude,
You get a little
why
band of Whismers and Ludicolo.
pay me to be here, Nintendo? Pay me to be here.
You owe me.
Yeah, you
That's not true.
I will be seeking compensation.
And that compensation will be any sort of acknowledgement.
I have a story to tell you.
Yes, tell me.
So the other day, uh,
Yeah?
uh so uh this was Tuesday. Um, and this is kind of why my week's been a little thrown off because I got some bad news on Wednesday, which we'll get into. But
Mm,
Tuesday, I have this like Discord chat with some of the people from work, and one guy he's been off because he's dealing with something, but he said that he had VIP tickets to a show at a local venue, a rock and roll
yeah,
concert,
okay.
and uh, he bought them for his friend, but they were like, "Oh, you gotta have vaccination or a negative COVID test to get in the door." And the guy was like, I can't make that happen. I didn't know that till today is the day of. And he's like, I can't make that happen. I'm not gonna be able to. He's like, I have a spare ticket. Does anybody want to come? And I was like, uh, sure. Who's playing? I said I can do one of those two things. Who's playing? Just take a guess who he said. Take a guess.
I want to guess
Just
My
guess.
Chemical Romance.
Nope. Good guess, but nope.
Oh man.
They're legendary post-hardcore.
Bring
You're
Me the Horizon.
that's deathcore, but
Oh,
you're still getting there. You're
Slipknot.
nope,
Oh no. I Set My Friends on Fire.
nope. Think legendary.
Tenacious D.
Nope,
Metallica?
nope. Just let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
Coheed and fucking Cambria,
That's pretty cool.
dude. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm
I
coming.
I didn't even know they were still alive.
Oh, are you kidding me? They just released an album like in 2020.
What?
Dude, yeah. Coheed and
I
Cambria dude, they're still legends.
No way.
Yeah, and I thought it
I
was
haven't
crazy.
heard anything from them for a while.
I thought, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you haven't heard anything from a lot of bands because of COVID. And I was like, why are
Mm,
they playing at some venue in Chattanooga? And I think it's because they couldn't tour for 2 years.
yeah,
Bands couldn't tour for 2 years, so they're like booking every city they can.
true.
That's what I think. Whatever their motivation was, I saw Coheed and Cambria live. It might be, dude, it's easily top five, top three shows I've ever seen. It
That's
was,
incredible.
oh my God, it was bonkers. It was,
Man,
they're so, like, after I saw them live, I realized, dude, their music is actually written for a live performance.
yeah?
All their albums are really good, but their music is written to be a live performance. 100%. They are performers.
There's something to be had about that because nowadays you don't really get performers. You get mumble rappers.
Yeah. No, they, oh man, uh, I I've I've never seen bands go that hard, and they didn't break a sweat. They played every note perfect. Um, Claudio Sanchez, he doesn't make mistakes. But yeah,
Never
and
misses.
dude, this is even better. After the show, he didn't tell me this before, but
Hmm?
we go in. He's buying merch, and I'm like, he's like, I don't know if I should buy merch. It's pretty expensive. Like, I mean, it's your favorite band, right? You should buy some. He tells me when we get in the car. Oh, by the way, I was stoned out of my mind when I saw this show, so it was amazing. It was amazing. Um,
Nice.
so I'm like coming down, and we're in the car, and he tells me that was actually his first show ever. I
Wow.
was like, dude, you just spoiled yourself.
Yeah.
You might not be able to go to another show again.
I've never been to a concert.
But we were having that conversation about merch, and I didn't know it was his first show because your first show, you gotta buy merch. You have to,
Hmm.
you got. And I was like, dude, when you open that box in 10 years and you pull out that hoodie, you're gonna be like, this is the time that I went to see my first show. And you're always gonna remember. You always remember like your first show.
Yeah, there's something to be had about that.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah, dude, I Coheed and Cambria, dude. That's why I didn't want to tell you before because I wanted to be a surprise and hear your reaction.
that is really cool. Cody and Cambria is awesome.
Yeah.
They played in Indiana not too long ago, I think,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, they're like going everywhere. They announced a tour with Dance Gavin Dance.
What?
Yeah,
That's
see?
awesome.
See, you're into it now. Um, but yeah, like God, dude, that's my story.
Yeah.
Dude, so many like things like this are happening to me every day. I've been listening to these like abundance things, like sleep meditations, and
Yeah.
and of course I was out late that night, but when I came home, I was smiling and it was hard for me to go to sleep, so I turned that on and I slept through it. And then when I woke up the next morning for work, one of the things that that really stuck with me that I heard like when I first woke up, it was
Hmm.
uh positive things happen to me whether they're expected or unexpected.
That's
And I
true.
was like, "Oh shit. This is," and I had been listening to this for a week. I was like, this is did I manifest this Coheed and Cambria thing unconsciously?
Maybe you did. It happens.
And
Manifesting is real.
yeah, it is real. Uh so I hate that I'm sort of monologuing right now, but I do want to talk about one more thing.
That's fine.
So last week we talked. I'm gonna get through this fast. Last week we were talking to Stunt about how I ended up getting into speed running and all that stuff. And it was because one of my friends was watching me play Turtles in Time. He was saying, "Oh, you're really good at this game." I was like, "Yeah, this is probably my favorite game of all time. I can always play it. That's why I decided to speed run it because like I could never get tired of it." Um, but I would not have been streaming Turtles in Time that day if I had never played Turtles in Time. And I would never
Hmm.
have played Turtles in Time if I hadn't played it with my cousin when I was really young, between the ages of
Hmm.
5 and 10. Um, and it was his game. I had a Sega. I didn't have Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
Um, so it was his game, and we would play it all the time. And he was more like my brother, I think, because I didn't really have a lot of friends, and I always wanted brothers. And as an adult, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I always want a brother. I do have a brother, like a blood brother now. Like
Hmm.
he's my mom from my mom's second marriage, but uh, before that, I always wanted a brother. Now as an adult, I realized that I always had one. Uh, and this isn't a realization I've reached recently. This is I've known this for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like my brother, probably my first friend, probably my first best friend.
Yeah.
And neither of us could beat hard mode on Turtles by ourselves. We both tried. But one day we did it together. We worked together afternoon. I think it took us 2 or 3 attempts, but we beat hard mode together as a team. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to dox or anything, but
Yeah.
uh, he he passed away 2 days ago, Tuesday night.
I'm so sorry, my man. My
Uh,
condolences.
it's not a big deal. I just want to give a shout out. This podcast is for you. He actually he listened to one of our episodes recently and left a comment. I think I told you.
What a Chad,
Yeah,
dude.
because you were like, "Who's this guy?" I was
I
like, "That's
liked it.
that's my cousin." Like when you asked me that, like he was gone by the time you asked me. I just didn't know it yet.
Man,
Yeah,
dude.
isn't that wild?
That is so crazy.
But yeah, this is for you, my man. Uh,
We
and
appreciate you.
I hope you found peace.
Thank you for believing in us. And we will
Yeah,
continue to do this
yeah.
in your honor.
Yeah, I posted about the podcast on Facebook, and he was the only one that commented. He said, "Send me the link," and I did.
An
And he was
absolute
like,
king.
"Yeah, he was super into it."
Thank you.
Um. So yeah, that's we're going all the way now.
We are. We're in for it.
Yeah, Patreon's
Spotify
launching.
coming soon.
Spotify's ready. It's just a matter of uploading.
Yes.
It's
Well,
ready to go.
we still have to do that one thing for it, but
Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll sort that
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Um.
But
Oh wait,
yeah,
I
no.
I have. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Because I do have one more thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've just been racking my brain all week. Why is this show called Into the Loop?